Hey, this is Mr. Shapto here, trying to just give you an idea of what's coming up on the test that's tomorrow. This is a study guide with the answer key. So let's go ahead and go through it. So question number 1 asks, the student will ask his classmates one survey question, which of the following is a statistical question that should result in a varied response. So it says statistical question. We remember that a statistical question is a question. Statistical question is a question that is essentially is going to has multiple responses. In this case, it asks what's the length of a yardstick in centimeters. We would just calculate that using math, and it's only going to have one answer, so that's not going to be right. Second one says what is the total number of centimeters in 8 meters. Again, that's only going to have one answer, so that one's not going to be right. So third one says what's the sum of the digits in students' telephone numbers. And since there's lots of different telephone numbers and we add them together, that's going to have different answers. So that's going to be the correct answer because it has multiple responses. The answer is C. Question number 2 says a teacher asks her students to give an example of a statistical question. The examples given by 4 students are shown below. Which students give examples of a statistical question? Mara says, what is the weight of the largest elephant at our zoo? And so you would just measure that elephant, and that would only have one answer. So that is not a statistical question. Joe says, what is the height of the tallest man in the world? And again, there's only one tallest man in the world, and we could calculate his height. So that is not a statistical question. Kay says, what is the favorite video game of the 6th graders at our school? And since you would get a lot of different answers, that is a statistical question. Lyle says, how many texts do each of my classmates receive each day? Since there's different classmates, that would be the correct answer. Because there's lots of different classmates, so lots of different texts. So the answer is K and Lyle, so that is B. Last one says, a box and whisker plot shown below displays the number of hours 20 student athletes spend exercising during the week. And so if I look at this, we get an idea that, okay, it says 20 student athletes spend exercising during the week. We know what number best describes the range. And so we know that range is the maximum minus the minimum. So this is different from interquartile range because interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. That's interquartile range, but this is the maximum minus the minimum. So the maximum here is 30 and the minimum is about 22. So the answer is going to be 8. Question 4 says Mr. Shapto organizes his students' scores on the following line plot. Based on the information, which of the following is the median student score? So what I would do with this, you can do a couple things. You can go ahead and count. There's over here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'd be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Put commas in between it. And then there's 8 2s, so that'd be 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. There's 2 3s, that'd be 3, 3. And then there's 9 4s, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 of them. 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 4 6s. 6, 6, 6, 6. So I would just cross these off until I get to the middle. And that's one way to do it. I don't find this to be the easiest way, personally. I think it's easier to cross off the X's. And I'll show you how to do that shortly. So my answer here is 3. The other way you can do it is you can cross off the X's until you just get to the middle. Notice that I'm crossing them off from the outsides first. This can be somewhat confusing sometimes. And so if that's confusing to you, then go ahead and list out the numbers. Either way, the answer is A. Question 5 says the histogram shows the average number of books Dan read each year from the time he was 10 until he was 50. Which answer is an accurate description of the graph? Is it normal distribution? So a normal distribution looks like this. Is it a skewed left? So remember, skewed left means that I have all my information on the right, and then it sort of goes down from there. And there's some stuff way over here. So this is skew left, then skew right. Looks like this, where I have everything on the left, and then it sort of leans off to the right. There's stairs going down to the right. Sorry, skew right. Yeah, stairs go down to the right. And then a bimodal would be something like this, where we've got two humps. That's bimodal. And so this one looks generally, there's not really two humps. It's more leaning to the left. And so this is going to be B, skew left, because all the stuff is on the right and it leans to the left. Question number 6 says the mean number of stereos sold per day at a store was 22 over a period of 5 days. Which statement must be true about the stereo sales at the store? A says the store sold 22 stereos for 5 days. So this, again, it says the mean is 22 for 5 days. So that means on average I have day 1, day 2. So this would be 22, 22 each day. Day 3, day 4, 22. Day 5 would also be 22. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll just multiply these. 22 times 5 is going to be 100. And 2 times 5 is 10. So 110. So it says, which statement is true about the sales? The store sold 22 stereos for the 5 days. That's not true. It's 22 every day on average for the 5 days. B, the store sold 110 stereos for the 5 days. That seems right based off what we just calculated because we did 22 times 5 is equal to 110. C says the store sold 11 stereos on at least half of the 5 days. We don't really know that. They could have had 0 stereos on all the days except for one of them and then sold 110 on that one day. And we don't even really know. So that's not right. The store sold exactly 27 stereos on at least 2 of the days. And so this one, again, we don't know. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's not true. They could have like 0, 0, 0, 0, and then 110. And technically, that's still an average of 22. So the answer here is B. Ricardo recorded his quiz grades in a chart. He lost his paper from quiz 5 and does not know that grade. Mr. Shafto said the median grade was 7/10. So let's list these in order. I've got a 5, I have a 7, a 9, and I have a 10, and then some other number that needs to go there. We know that the median is going to be 7. So the middle number is going to be 7. So here, somewhere is 7. So if I have this, I could put a 7 in here, and my median would be 7. So that would be A. If I put an 8 in here, well, that's not right because then my median would be 8. I could put a 9 in there, and that'd be right. If I put a 10 there, I'd have 5, 7, 9, 10, 10, and my median would be 9. So the answer here is 7 because that's the only one that makes it 7. So I have 5, 7, 7, 9, 10, and the median is 7. The city's daily rainfall for 4 weeks is listed in the table. Which week had the lowest median daily rainfall? So I was asking for the median, which I can order them and put them in the middle. So if I look at week 1, I've got, we'll do this in order. I've got 0, 0, 0, 0.01, 0.05, 0.3, 0.35 and 0.80. If I order these, I've got 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 0.01. That's a pretty low median. So let's just see if there's any other ones. This is the 1, 2, 3, fourth number. So week 2, I have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, fourth number. Well, that's the fourth number. There were 4 zeros. So this is definitely the lowest one so far. I'm just going to say week 2 because we can't really have less than. And then the next one is 0, 0, 0.08. And then the fourth number, 0, 0.08. And the fourth number is 0.28. So that's not right. And the fourth one is 0, 0.02. And then 0.26. And so that would be it. Definitely week 2 is the lowest. Okay, question 9 says, what is a true statement about a measure of center and a measure of variation? So remember, center measures the middle. Is the middle. And variation is how spread out something is the spread. And the middle would be like, the median and the mean. And the spread would be like range and IQR, interquartile range. So a measure of center describes how many numbers vary within a data set. Well, vary is how spread out something is. So that's not right because the center describes the center. Measure of variation summarizes the data. That's not really true. The mean or the median summarizes the data. Really, the mean summarizes the data the best. A measure of center summarizes the data. Okay, that's true. While a measure of variation describes how the numbers vary. That's also true. So let's do that. A measure of center describes the center of the data. That's not. Yeah, that's true because it's the middle. A measure of variation measures how the data varies from another data set. Okay, so again, we're not specifically talking about comparing two data sets. So this one is not right. A measure of center is the same as a measure of variation. That's also not right. So the answer here is B, is the best answer. And the reason for that is because C says a measure of variation describes specifically comparing to another data set. And that doesn't have to do with it. You can compare them, but you don't have to. 10. A piano teacher kept a list of number of hours each of his students practiced piano last week. Which of the following describes the amount of variation in this data? So variation, we already set it up here. The mode is not variation. The minimum is not variation. The mean is not variation. So that's range. It's variation. It's spread out. So the answer is A. Number 11, a band performed concerts in 4 different states. In each state, the band played concerts in 4 different cities. The table below shows the number of people attending the concert in the city. Which table has the highest median? Okay, so let's look at table 1. So I've got the median is the middle number. So I've got 3K, 4K, 12K, then 18K. So halfway between 4 plus 12 is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So this is the median. Table 2. So table 2, I've got like 12, 15, 17, 22. So I'm halfway between 17 and 15, which is 16. Obviously, it's not that one. Next one is table 3. Is 2, 8, 12, 15, so halfway between 8 and 12 is 10. So that's not going to be that one either. It shows the number of people. It has the highest, my bad, the highest median. So this, that might actually be the right answer. Better be. So let's do D4, 10, 4. So I've got 16, 19, 25, 28. And so we're halfway between 19 and 25. If I add those together, that's going to be 9. 5 is 4. So it's 44 is going to be 22. So table 4 is the answer. Table 4 is Pennsylvania. Okay, number 12 says a student table shows the number of strikeouts a baseball player had each year for 7 years. So you've got year 1, number of strikeouts with box and whisker plot, best represents the data in the table. So as I'm looking at this, I've got my box and whisker plots. So I've got 80. I'm just going to write these down. 100. So that's my first one. 100. 140 is the next one. And we've got 220. Then I've got 260. Then I have 290. Then I have 300. All right, so if I look at this, I can cross it off, cross this off, cross that off. No, 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 no. And so this is my median, it's 220. So this is my 5-number summary. So my minimum is 80. Quartile 1. The median is 220. Quartile 1 in the middle. 100 is quartile 1 because it's the middle of the first half. Quartile 3 is going to be 290 because it's the middle of the second half. And then the max is 300. So we start at 80. B starts at 80. A doesn't start at 80. B starts at 80. C starts at 80. D doesn't start at 80. Okay, let's look at quartile 1 is at 100. Might have been a mistake here. The median is at 220. Median is at 220. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a mistake because none of those have the right answer. That's disappointing. Yeah, so either way, this would be your box and whisker, but you should have ended up in the box at 80. Then it should have looked like this. And you should have had 100. And it should have been pretty long here. And then a short amount, so this would be 220, and then 290, and then the rest of the way. So, yeah, that's a mistake, my bad. Next one, Conrad is at one end of the route. He is trying to decide how to get to an appointment at the other end. His appointment is in 30 minutes. Which type of transportation will most likely take more than 30 minutes? So I'm looking at 30, and what I like to do is draw a line straight up from here. Whichever one of these things has the most quartiles above 30 minutes, that's the one that's going to be the most. So this is 50% is above 30 minutes because I have 2 quartiles that are above 30. This one has like half of one and the whole one. So that's like maybe 40%. This one has just the one, so that's 25%. And this one's probably the same as the car one, the train and the car are the same. So in this case, the one that's going to take the most, more than 30 minutes, is going to be the bus because it has 50% at 30 minutes. So the answer's A. Number 14 says Denise scores on her math assignments were 91, 87, 100, 88, 95, and 91. She earns these other scores. How will the median of all her scores be affected? So let's find the median of the first section. So I've got 88, 87, 88, 91, 91, 95, 100. So the median here is 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. So it's 91. Is my median. So what I'm going to do next is add the other ones in. So I've got 87. There's an 86 that gets added. There is another 88 that gets added. 88. There's a 91. There's another 91. Then there's 95, 98, 100, 100. So really, I didn't even have to do that because if you'll notice, I've got the 88 and the 88 are on this side. So I'd have 88 and 86, my bad. And then I'd have 198, which I added in. So they added 2 on both sides. So my 91, my median stays the middle. So the median score will remain the same at 91 because I added 2 to both sides. So number 15, the size of pumpkins are summarized in the histogram below, which could be the median. So again, if I'm looking at this, I can just, for the sections, I can make stuff up. So I have 4 that are between 0 and 3. So I could just do 2, 2, 2, 2. That's 4 that are between 0 and 3. Then I could do 3. So there's 5. So that would be 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. Notice there's 5 in this section. I put 5 in that section. And then 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8. And again, I'm just making these numbers up. They could be different. They could be the same. We don't know. I'm just making sure that there's 8 numbers. There's 8 of these numbers that are in this section. So there's this size. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of that size. I had 10, 10, 10, 11, 11, 11. So that's 6 of these. And then I have, say, 12, 13, 14. And so I can cross them off until I get to the 4. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 12. And there's my last one, so it's 7. Or between 6 and 9, really, is what it is. So the answer could be 7, it could be 8, it could be 6.2. But our answer here, the best option is 7. Number 16. Stephen is searching prices on living room sofas in order to determine what a typical sofa costs. So typical would be average or median, something in the middle. Which statement correctly explains why the median price would be more useful to Steve? So if you remember, the mean calculates all the numbers. The median is just the middle. The mean price would not be an actual price. That's not really true because it could be an actual price. That's how some businesses set their prices. The mean price can be greatly changed as a few extremely high prices are included. That's definitely true. Because remember, to find the mean, we add all the numbers up. So if I have 2 couches that are like some sort of like wacky, like fancy couch, sort of like the Jordans or the LeBrons of couches, some like Gucci couches, then those couches could be like, oh, I'll get this really nice couch with like diamond studs and it only costs $500,000. You're like, what? That's ridiculous. Well, the median is just the middle number. So Even if there's 500,000 way over there, it doesn't matter because you just take the middle number. But the mean, because you have to add that 500,000 into your calculation, it way changes what the average price is. C says the median price is always changed when extremely high prices are included. And that's not true because we could have a semi-expensive, like the highest price could be sort of expensive and the highest price could be ridiculously expensive. But the median is still just going to be the middle number. It doesn't change, even if you change the highest and lowest prices. The median price is the most common price. That's not necessarily true. Remember, most common is going to be the low. So the answer here is B.